So, if we're talking about IoT devices, we also have to talk about security. And we have to talk about why security is important. So, the world of the IoT, the Internet of Things, encompasses a wide variety of technologies, vendors, connectivity methods. They all create a threat vector. IoT has broad applications across enterprises and provides numerous benefits, including increased operational efficiencies, improved customer experience, better performance, and it helps organizations make better business decisions. So this is why people are willing to spend their time and resources trying to implement it. So for organizations looking to adopt IoT to any degree, security challenges must be overcome using more than network security solutions alone. Given the inherent insecure nature of these networks, these IoT spaces, due to their lack of industry standards, should I say, new security complications are constantly arising. Any cyber risk related to IoT deployment requires a proactive approach as opposed to a reactive approach, meaning that security should be built into the devices. Not unlike any technology that we've seen in our lifetime, as digital transformation occurs, the goal of the IoT should be to include strategies that align the technologies with the company's current cybersecurity systems or policies. It shouldn't be a different system. The approach needs to be cohesive because many of the same individuals who are managing the security will be responsible for the IoT security also. And the use of the IoT is expanding astronomically. Researchers say that by May of 2021, that we will have tripled the amount of devices just since 2019. To meet the rush of the growing demand of IoT devices, it's given rise to new functionality. Connected and unprotected devices are vulnerable to botnets and DDoS, that's distributed denial of service attacks, and they're also vulnerable to people using those devices to attack other systems. So despite plans to adopt these devices in growing numbers, Trustwave, a security company, says that only 28% of organizations consider IoT specific security strategies as very important. And this is kind of scary in a way, but it creates opportunity if you're interested in that field. So, IoT devices provide an easy and attractive entry point for criminals seeking to get into a company's network. And that's scary to me because it's not just companies and corporate infrastructure. We're building smart cities. We're building technologies in healthcare organizations that will manage pacemakers and the equipment that helps to keep people alive when they're on the operating table, and robotics that are going to be doing surgeries in the future. Let's talk about the IoT attack surface for a second. One looks at the sheer amount of the possible devices in the production environment gives us a window into the magnitude of the threats associated with IoT. Because securing IoT devices requires real-time authentication and authorization, it's very complex, and the complexities are escalating. Providing these escalating opportunities to bad guys is something that we're going to see some huge consequences from. Attacks like the man-in-the-middle attack and the ability for criminals to leverage poor credentialing and spoofing and cloning are going to result in some bad cyber attacks. We haven't seen them yet to the level that they're going to become. And you know, we see part of this problem because these devices have admin and passwords that are the default admins and passwords that come with the device, and it's the same for every device. So if I get a IoT camera, all of the other IoT cameras that are like it from a specific manufacturer are going to have the same login. So it's up to consumers to know that they should change the default passwords. This will at least slow the hackers down. The mere act of changing a default password in a device can go a long ways to paving a path for a robust IoT security solution. And it's just interesting because some of these simple best practices and approaches that could be implemented are not being implemented. We'll talk about this more in the next video. This is Mike Echols.